Hey Reefers, welcome back. Okay, so today we got another box of fish from our Indonesian supplier, the same supplier we got last time. It is in fact our second time ever using them. The first time we used them we were really happy with their shipments of fish. I mean, everything landed in great condition. We had no dead on arrivals, and let's hope we have the same here. We just got 2 boxes, so not a big shipment. So yeah, let's get to unpacking and have a look and see what we've got. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we've got a few Gobies as usual, 1 or 2 different Tangs that we didn't get last time, and some Wrasse. Yeah, the boxes aren't too high today, so maybe Anne can come and have a look. If you can see that. That's a bumblebee shrimp. Very cute little shrimp. You'll see them when we unpack the inverts. I think they've sent me 5 of them. So these here are packs that they freeze. So it's just fresh water inside here, and they freeze and they put them into the box when they pack it up to keep the temperature down. Watchman Goby. I don't know if you can see it. These bags are quite opaque. So there's a nice copper band butterfly. And if you can see that. Cool. Very nice size. Put that in there. Actually, now I'll put them in here as well. You'll go into one of those tanks. I think I've ordered 2 of them. A little stringer damsel. Let's put these in there. I think it'll be easy if I just unpack them into the container and then you have a look at them there. Watchman Goby. Another purple Goby. Dark colour angel.
Pretty short.
Orange line bristle-tooth Tang. Oh, oh. Come on, calm down, calm down. Very nice size copper band butterflies.
They eat starfish, right?
No.
Those the ones.
No.
What they eat?
They are known to eat aptasia,
Oh, okay.
but they are not easy to keep. Can you get out? Yeah.
Oh, he's like really funny. They're so pretty though.
Another two spot Anthias. Mimic Tang. Because they mimic Angelfish. Oh no, that's not a mimic Tang. That's an orange shoulder. This is an orange shoulder Tang. And this is a mimic Tang. Because it looks like a angelfish. Mimics an angelfish, a blackback angelfish. The mimic Tang comes in 3 different colorations. We've had the yellow one before, which that mimics the lemon peel angelfish. Then this one mimics the blackback angelfish, and then you get the one that mimics the Abley angelfish. I'll put a I'll put the angelfish mimics on screen so you can see what they look like. Another wrasse. So go into this one. Very nice rainbow wrasse that.
Which one is this? You put it in.
It's the wrasse, only wrasse that's here.
Oh, there.
Another orange shoulder. Another Anthias. What can I... an emperor angelfish.
Oh, it's a big size, eh?
Beautiful. Box number 2. Six-spot sand sifter, the sand sifter, another sand sifter. Did he come out?
No, there's the one.
Oh, is he there?
There it is.
No, the 6-spot sand sifters and the diamond sand sifters, I mean, I bring them in obviously to sell, but I like having them in the shop tanks as well because they keep the shop tanks sand nice and white. And then when I start selling them, then I got to keep the sand white. So I like having them in store because they help keep the shop tank sand looking so nice and white and clean. So I get like a little bit, I mean, obviously I brought them in to sell them, but when I've got none left in the shop, I think last time we brought in from these guys, I brought in, I think 15 or so, and I think at the moment all I've got left is 1. So the 6-spots and the diamond sand sifters, I suppose there are others that are good at what they do, but in my opinion they are the 2 of the best sand sifters that you can get. The rest, some do good jobs as well as them, but like for example the golden-headed jawfish, the rose-bella jawfish, they seem to be mid-swimming fish, mid-water swimming. So they'll take a mouthful of sand and then they swim mid-water while they're sifting the sand, and then they spray the sand all over your rocks and it makes your fish tank look like a winter wonderland. So I like to call them the festive sand sifters because it makes your, like I said, your tank look like a winter wonderland. Oh, this is such a cute little guy, but you won't see him so well. It's a mosaic crab or a pom-pom crab.
You just see the outline.
Cool. You'll see him in the bucket just now. Then you'll see why he's called a pom-pom crab. or a mosaic crab. Another green wrasse. So if the yellow chorus or the canary wrasse or the banana wrasse is called the banana wrasse, I think we should call the green one the kiwi wrasse. Another mandarin. Once again, Anne's favorite fish. I do love them as well. Such cool characters. I didn't get too many this time. Only got 2. Oop, to the bubbles. Everyone's fighting for the corner. Another banana wrasse. Apple wrasse.
No, it's green like an apple. Why do you say apple?
Oh, he's still alive. I thought this was our first dead on arrival, but he is still breathing. Just watch him. The banana wrasse. Yeah, he is still breathing. He doesn't look in good condition, but he has a cool little character. This guy here is a Grass Foulfish. They are known to eat aptasia. Just if you do use them for aptasia and you do have polyps in your tank, just keep an eye on them, because when the aptasia is gone, they do tend to pick on the polyps. So you just need to keep an eye on them and make sure that they don't eat all your polyp corals and that. Another banana wrasse. But the two oh, sorry. The one on the left, on the right, sorry, isn't the same. The one on the right is the psychedelic mandarin, and the one on the left is the red mandarin. And this is a red as well. There's 2 red and 2 psychedelic. Well, that's what I ordered. There's another seagrass filefish. Well, they're called seagrass filefish because they hang around in the areas where the seagrass grows. And they'll sometimes swim nose down in the grass looking like a piece of grass. So that's their defense, their camouflage. Another psychedelic mandarin. Black leopard wrasse. I'm going to put him up here. I actually think I'm going to move those 2 bicolor angels into this tank up here. Oh, here's the other rainbow wrasse. Orange pin-tailed rainbow wrasse. Just went straight into the corner. Another filefish. Another banana wrasse. Sand sifter. You come out.
I don't think
You sure?
so. I don't know. I can see them. But they want. So.
No, you cannot. Well, this type of triggerfish. A red-toothed triggerfish. It's quite a small one. Ooh. One filefish. Is he there?
What name?
Okay, so that's the two.
Why do they call them red tooth triggerfish? Does he have a red tooth?
Yeah, I think so.
Down. Really small.
Only when they're bigger. You won't see it when it's small. Okay, so we have inverts, as you always leave our inverts for last. We'll try and find that crab, so I can show you guys that first. How that berry is. These, I've got some sand sifting starfish, and they are the smallest sand sifting starfish I think I've ever gotten. Snails. They live in the sand. They live under the sand. And they feed off everything in the sand. Okay, so here's that little pom-pom crab, or not porcelain, sorry, mosaic crab. It's very small. So he's got two like little pom-poms on the end of his front, where the clippers would, pinchers would be. Quite a cool little crab.
This is spider.
Okay. Here's my zombie snails. Love these guys. I call them zombie snails because when you drop anything meaty into your tank, these guys live under the sand as well. You drop anything meaty into the system, they come out of the sand and hunting for the food. So if something dies in your aquarium, you have an accidental death, these guys are just great in taking care of any waste that is in the tank that needs to be taken care of.
They won't eat the little snail, the little crab, right?
No,
The little
they
crab
won't
eats
eat.
it. Oh, it's starfish.
That's a sand sifting starfish. It's the
That's
smallest.
upside down.
That is the smallest sand sifting starfish I've ever gotten.
Is it upside down?
No, it's not upside down. It's the right way around.
That's all.
It's moving already.
Oh, wow, cool.
Normally when I get them, they're like easy 5 times bigger than that.
It's Patrick. Sorry.
Oh, another one. See, that's the right side up.
So cute.
That's upside down.
Oh, okay. Can I hold a snail?
Why do you want to hold this thing?
Yeah, it looks so cool.
When these guys go into your substrate, the snails, all you see sticking out the substrate are the little snorkels.
Looks like a worm.
That's the section of the snail that senses the food that has entered the system. Do that again.
The little spider's going for a ride on the spider. Little crab's going for a ride on the snail.
And tiger's eye snails. Are they called tiger's eyes?
And then a blackbird gill.
Yes. And there's some more tiger's eyes. Yeah.
No crabs going for it.
And some bumblebee snails. I remember getting these a few weeks ago on one of the other shipments, and I mentioned these guys are good if you've got the pest vermitive snail in your system. I'll put a picture of a vermitive snail up on screen now. If you have them in your system, they do sort of overtake your system, and they can be an irritation to coral. So if they grow their shell next to a coral and they shoot their little web out into the water to get their food because they're filter feeders, that web can irritate the coral and cause the coral not to open properly. So they're not like a direct threat to the coral, but obviously the irritation is what the problem is. That tiny little dot that just went in there now. Get on my finger. That is a bumblebee shrimp. Awesome little shrimp.
Does it look like a bee?
Well, it's yellow and black.
Colours. Okay.
Like a bumblebee.
Yeah.
Just like the snail. The snail is yellow and black.
Yeah.
Oop, another one. A little bit bigger. This one over here by my finger.
They're tiny.
Now they don't get very big. Fully grown, I think these guys are only about 15 mils.
What do they eat?
They just shrimp. They'll
Just for pretty.
No, they will eat waste, uneaten food. They live in the rocks, so they are part of a cleanup crew in a way. Any shrimp or crab is going to eat leftover food.
It's hitchhiking still. Oh, there's the bumblebee swimming. No, he's hitching a ride on the starfish.
There's another bumblebee. Yep. Flying down underneath there.
He's pretty.
Okay, so I just want to start the acclimation drip. I'll take some out of this. Take some out of this one. Start this one's drip. We're going to leave those to acclimate for about an hour and a half to 2 hours before we add them into the system. This gives them time for the water they've come in to equalize to the water of our systems. We don't want to stress them out any more than they already are. They have been traveling for a long time. Overall, the shipment was pretty good. We do have 1 or 2 fish that aren't looking 100%, but they could go anyway. They could bounce back and be swimming around tomorrow all happy, and we'll see what they look like tomorrow. Yeah, so once acclimation is finished, we'll add them to the system as we always do. And guys, we'll see you in the next video, and happy reefing.